Hi, I'm Heather with Heather Lange Homes. It's February. That means we've got January stats. We have good news for both buyers and sellers as we discuss the January market for single family homes in Santa Clara County. And as usual, the housing market is warming up slowly, but it is starting to warm up. So let's dive right in and take a look. Active homes rose by 9% from this time last month, with pending and sold stats still lower, down by 2% and 39% respectively. And remember, pending and sold sales are more of that reflection of previous months and getting through that inventory. So we are likely going to see those stats rise as we move into the next months to come in 2023. Good news for buyers has been with mortgage rates dropping a bit, starting the first week in January and pretty steadily decreasing slightly, but still decreasing through the month, ending with an overall 5% reduction, or translated into about a third of a point from this time last month, with the 30-year conforming fixed rate, as noted by Bankrate, going from 6.74% at the end of December down to 6.42% at the end of January. This is motivating buyers to get all their ducks in a row, get those pre-approvals in place so that they can be ready to jump on new inventory when it comes to market. And it's also been a great time for those buyers that bought last year with rates maybe a bit higher and refinancing now so that they can take advantage of having more cash flow during the month. And we've talked about this strategy that it's a way to get into the market as interest rates are higher, and so that buyers don't lose out on those dream homes that they're seeing. And then when rates go down and as eligibility presents, getting those lower rates to bring in that cash flow. A good rule of thumb to follow on whether it's the right time for you to refinance would be wanting to see that you can get a savings of at least 3/4 to a full point percentage off of your existing mortgage rate in order to make it worth the refinance. And often, if you work with the lender that originated your loan or the servicer of your current loan, often if you talk to them and ask them if they will pay and cover, if not all, at least some of your closing costs, that also helps with the cost of that refinance. And again, with the goal of putting more money in your cash flow in your pocket for the months to come. Feel free, you can reach out with me if you have any questions or you want to talk about whether it's the right way to strategize, or I can help you ask questions to your lender to find out if this is the right thing for you. We saw the average days of market go up by 20%, translating into 6 more days than December that it took to get into contract. So in January, it took about an average of 36 days for homes to get into contract. And this too is typical for January. It often takes buyers a little bit of time to get over the holidays to get back into home shopping. And then we also, this past January, had extensive rain, flooding in some areas, and that really kept some folks inside as well. So I imagine that as we see more inventory, again, we'll see the market pick up a bit, and this may have some effect on how long it takes for homes getting into contract. The good news for sellers this month is seeing a reversal in the average sales price for single family homes, having gone up by 11% from that of December, now sitting just over 1.9 million. The average price per square foot went up by 2%, now resting at an average of $963 per square foot. And the list to sales price ratio really remained flat. So all of this is telling us that serious sellers have adjusted to the shift and the reset of this market here in the Bay Area. They are now, for the most part, pricing their home in a proper trading range so that buyers are more willing to look at homes and negotiate to get into contract. And this is also continued evidence that we are experiencing this reset of the housing market in the Bay Area here due to the battle against inflation, higher interest rates, and confirming as well that the housing market is healthy. We aren't seeing any crashing taking place. It's just a reset and a shift of the market. Months worth of inventory is up by 79% from this time last month, now sitting at 2.5 months worth of inventory. This too is good news for buyers, providing a bit more choice of homes and greater ability to negotiate with motivated sellers. Another bit of encouraging news is with the recent Fed rate hike, only of 1/4 basis point instead of the half of a basis point that we saw get hiked in December. Expectation is still there and very clear from the Fed that there is still the plan to continue with these rate hikes, yet the ease of the aggression towards really trying to get that inflation under control seems to be working, and we're hoping that maybe these rate hikes will continue to be less as they're sorting out and seeing what the effects of those larger hikes have done from last year, all with the goal of trying to find that soft landing for the economy and for the hope of either avoiding or at least reducing the length of having a recession that could possibly happen this year. As I mentioned last month, this year really is going to be all about the Fed trying to get that inflation under control, and for buyers and sellers to understand that it's going to be a strategic process, and buyers strategically working with those higher interest rates, getting into contract, and then being strategic for when those rates do eventually come down and refinancing. If you are ready to discuss your move, whether you're a seller or a buyer, reach out to me. I'm here for you. I will give you trustworthy, diligent, and strategic advice to help you with your move. You can reach me at heatherlanghomes.com, 408-207-3130. In the meantime, have a great start to your February and enjoy the light starting to change. I will look forward to being here again next month to go over February stats.